Near Pokrovsk, a Bradley infantry fighting vehicle was pulled into a mine trap. Soldiers of the Central Forces Group pulled the NATO infantry fighting vehicle to the spot where the mine was located, and the fighting vehicle stepped on the mine and exploded. The crew of the Hyacinth B of the Central Forces Group opened fire on the targeted positions in succession. 152mm 2 A36 Hyacinth B gun. In the Kursk region, the fiber-optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod directly hit and destroyed armored vehicles on the road. One of the armored vehicles is an Iveco. Iveco's armored vehicles are used by NATO and armies of various countries for security operations and on the battlefield. These vehicles are noted for their durability, modular armor options, and powerful engines. Artillery of the Dnieper Group opened direct fire on the bunkers of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Zaporozhye region. The reconnaissance unit of FPV drone operators transmitted the coordinates of the bunkers to the artillery unit. Then, as a result of precise adjustments, the bunkers were destroyed. Since the bunkers are under the ground, drone strikes may not be very effective. Therefore, artillery is more effective for destroying bunkers. The bunkers must be attacked from above. That's why attacks like tanks are not effective against bunkers. Several armored vehicles were destroyed during an attempted attack in the Kursk region. A large number of armored combat vehicles of the Ukrainian armed forces, which went on the offensive, were repelled by Russian FPV drone operators. The crews of the heavily damaged armored combat vehicles took shelter by running towards the forest area. A total of 3 tanks were destroyed in these images. In addition, according to the news, 2 IMR, that is, engineering obstacle clearance or trench digging vehicles, were destroyed. At the same time, according to the text in the news report, 18 out of 25 TBMs were destroyed. A TBM is a tunnel boring machine. Please correct me in the comments if I have misunderstood. The Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation showed footage of the destruction of armored vehicles of the armed forces of Ukraine by FPV drone calculations. Another attack in the Kursk region has been repelled. Today, a large number of armored fighting vehicles, tanks, and various military vehicles were destroyed by drones. What do you think about very cheap drones destroying million-dollar tanks and armored vehicles? Do you think this is fair? What are the ways to stop FPV drones? Because it seems that modern technology has not yet found a permanent solution. In the village of Fedorovka, in the direction of Chasiv Yar, German-made 155mm self-propelled guns PZH-2000 were detected. The actively fighting self-propelled gun was tracked for a while. Because it was located in a densely wooded area, it would have been difficult for drones to penetrate it. The self-propelled vehicle was parked after a while, and the crew left. The Russian FPV drones then moved in and destroyed the 155mm self-propelled PZH-2000 with a single strike. Military personnel in the calculation of the anti-aircraft missile system, TOR, of the Vostok Group of Forces are actively involved in combat every day. One after another, they destroy the reconnaissance and attack drones they detect. Tor was developed specifically against cruise missiles, UAVs, helicopters, and low-altitude aircraft. Its range is 12 to 16 kilometers. Maximum altitude, 10 to 12 kilometers. Tor plays an important role on modern battlefields. In the Donetsk region, military personnel of the Zapad force group detected two 82mm mortars. They attacked this mortar, which was actively firing, with FPV drones. They dropped the ammunition on the drone directly into the mortar and destroyed the mortar with a direct hit. According to the news, soldiers of the 20th Guards Army carried out this operation. Scouts of the 30th Motorized Rifle Regiment of the Northern Group of Forces destroyed one by one the armored vehicles of the attackers of the village of Ulanok in the Kursk region today. Have you ever used FPV drones before in your life? FPV drones are not only a technology used for military purposes. Later on, bombs were placed on FPV drones and they started to be used on the battlefield. Using a FPV drone is a much more skillful device than normal drones. This armored vehicle appears to have been abandoned. There is no one inside the vehicle, and there is clearly no one in the surrounding area. In the Sumy and Kursk regions, Russian drone operators continue their reconnaissance. In the village of Miropole, an infantry bunker was detected, and two attack drones carried out a direct dive attack. Another bunker detected in the same direction was destroyed by artillery units in a single strike. In the village of Dmitrikov, buildings used by soldiers as temporary deployment points were targeted by drones. At the same time, there were several communication devices on the roofs of the buildings, which were also destroyed. This vehicle is the BM-21 Grad multi-barrel rocket launcher system, Ural 375D or Ural 4320 type truck chassis. It has a 122mm caliber. 40 rockets are available, about 20 kilometers with standard rockets, 40 kilometers or more with modern rockets. All rockets can be launched in about 20 seconds. The BM-21 Grad is specifically designed to target large areas and is used to neutralize enemy units, such as infantry, armored vehicles, and logistic bases. In combination with various types of ammunition, it can provide both direct and indirect fire support. In the direction of Pokrovsk, the Swedish BVS-10 armored tracked amphibious vehicle used by the Ukrainian armed forces was lying abandoned in the open. Russian FPV drone operators entered the vehicle from the driver's seat and destroyed it. Russian drone operators conducting reconnaissance in the Kursk region discovered a Ukrainian electronic warfare station. The coordinate information was then reported to the Prince Vandal drone operators. Without wasting any time, Prince Vandal took action and destroyed the electronic warfare station with a precision strike. In the Kursk direction, The drone operator destroyed an element of battlefield control. Russian fiber-optic FPV drones hit a Swedish CV-90 infantry fighting vehicle in the Kursk region. In 2023, Sweden delivered CV-90 vehicles to Ukraine as part of military aid. This aid was aimed at increasing Ukraine's ground combat capacity. In the first phase, more than 50 CV-90s were sent to Ukraine, and these vehicles have been used in various combat missions. A Russian fiber-optic drone destroyed a T-72 tank in the Novosergeyevka residential area. The camouflaged T-72 tank was detected by reconnaissance drone operators. Drone strikes were then carried out until it was destroyed. As far as the video shows, the first drone strike was to destroy the camouflage. The second attack was made directly to destroy the target. When the second attack was not enough, the third drone was sent, and the T-72 tank was destroyed.